Good morning, and today we offer our tributes to Dadi Janki. Today is the 27th of March 2022 and marks the second Ascension anniversary of Dadi Janki. This is the live feed from the Brahma Kumaris International Headquarters, Shantivan campus, where a memorial to Dadiji has been dedicated. It has been 2 years since the passing of Dadi, and we all remember Dadiji with extreme fondness, with great affection and love that she showered upon all of those who met her. Today, on this special occasion, the Chief of the Brahma Kumaris, Reverend Dadi Mohiniji, will offer floral tributes to Dadiji at the Shakti Stambh, the memorial of Dadi Janki. And 2 years ago, at the same place where the Shakti Stambh stands today, Dadiji's mortal coil was cremated here, and indeed at that time millions wished to pay last respects to her in person, but as time would have it, or as we should all say Dadiji would like it, it was all but a simple and a solemn ceremony where she bid farewell on the same day in the morning and in the same afternoon of the 27th March. Dadiji's body was cremated at this place. And as the flames of the funeral pyre lit, there were millions of hearts who poured their good wishes, who echoed the words of gratitude, the feelings of love and affection emanated from the millions whose hearts and lives Dadiji has touched and transformed. These energies of vibrations and of pure thoughts resonated across the world, for Dadi has been Dadi of the world, an epitome of motherly love, a symbol of power, a symbol of the woman power, the symbol of Shakti. And as that symbol, all through her life, she demonstrated this power to make the impossible possible. One would often wonder, what is it that made her so powerful? Distinguishingly, a small figure physically, But everybody would remember that the moment that she would walk in, whether it be a small group of people or it would be a stage where thousands and thousands of people are gathered, the energy would always be the same. The live feed from the Shantivan campus, the current chief and a long-time associate and friend of Dadiji, one of the founding members of the Brahma Kumaris, Dadi Ratan Mohini, the head of the Brahma Kumaris, who herself is a spiritual giant, is here at the Shakti Stambh, the memorial of Dadi Janki, to pay homage. Along with her are the additional chief of the Brahma Kumaris, Sister Janki, who has been the companion of Dadi for more than 40 years, all through her foreign services, especially where Dadi was based out of in London for 40 years, and Sister Mohini, the additional chief of Brahma Kumaris, who has joined us all the way from New York. Let us pay a silent homage to Dadi Janki as we all stand in remembrance of the one divine whom Dadi connected all of us to. Here we see the live feed of the Shakti Stambh, decked with flowers, and a close-up view of all who have gathered here to pay homage to Dadi at her memorial here at Shakti Stambh. A tower of might and power. Senior brothers and sisters of the Brahma Kumaris, Brother Brajmohan, Sister Munni Didi, the Joint Chief of Brahma Kumaris, with other members of the Brahma Kumaris family, today the world family of Brahma Kumaris pays homage and offers the respect to Dadiji, and today Dadi's words resonate as she has always reminded us and given us this talisman of these three beads, of these three words of who am I, whom do I belong to, and what I have to do. Reminding us with these questions the eternal answers of I am an eternal soul, beyond the physical boundaries of this body. I am that conscient star, radiating love, peace, purity, power. And I am the child of the source, of the ocean of love, of the ocean of peace, the divine, the one divine light that shines upon all of us, and reminding that we belong to Him eternally as the children of the Almighty. We are all eternally connected, and we are all one divine family, one world family. A message that resonated all through her life, a touching that was given to all who came in touch with her. And today, as we remember Dadi, we remember the divine. Because that is what Dadi represented to us, always reminding us to connect to the ocean, to the source of all divinity. For people have found God and connected to Him in the teachings of Dadi. Today, the few moments of silence that we offer are to radiate in our thoughts the memory of Dadi, the kindness and the gratitude that we all have. And now we see the scenes where floral tributes are offered to Dadi, flower garlands being offered to Dadi Ji. Sister Muni, the additional chief of the Brahma Kumaris, the joint administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. We also have Sister Shashi Prabha, who is also the joint administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. And we see Dadi Ji, Reverend Dadi Ratan Moini Ji, at the age of 98, where she celebrated her birthday just 2 days ago. And Dadi has offered her floral tributes to Dadi Janki. Brother Brijmohan, the additional Secretary General of the Brahma Kumaris. Sister Mohini, the additional Chief of the Brahma Kumaris, the additional Administrative Head of the Brahma Kumaris, who lives in New York and has joined us specially for this event. Today we have a gathering of more than 20,000 people. Sister Janki, the additional head of the Brahma Kumaris, who has joined us from London. She is also the European director of the centers of Brahma Kumaris in Europe and the Middle East. Sister Chakradhari, the regional coordinator and the head of the Brahma Kumaris centers in Russia and the CIS. Reverend Asha Didi, Sister Usha from the Brahma Kumaris headquarters, Senior Raj Yoga teacher, Brother Atam Prakash, the editor of the Brahma Kumaris magazines. And now we have Brother Never, the Secretary General of the Brahma Kumaris, who has received so much love and sustenance from Dadi that as though their lives have received all of their sustenance through her. Dadi Janki has been a spiritual mother, a guide and a friend to millions, but those who have spent decades and decades of their lives, some of them who have spent more than half of their lifetimes with Dadi. Brother Bhupal, the manager of Shantivan campus, wreath is being laid by Sister Gemini and Sister Maureen from the Brahma Kumaris UK family, where Dadi lived for 40 years and served. A special connection that the UK has with Dadi, where Dadi lived in London and London served as the international coordinating office of the services of the Brahma Kumaris. And Dadi's presence we have Sister Gopi from London, again offering floral tributes. Other brothers and sisters continue to offer their floral tributes. And as you all see, there are thousands more waiting to do this. And where a few of the Brahma Kumaris, senior members in the family, Sister Rukmini from the Shantivan campus, a close associate of Dadi Nirmal Shanta, Dr. Ashok Mehta, a senior cancer surgeon, and a very revered PK doctor, Dr. Pratap Mida, the Global Hospital Research Center family, offers tribute. Brother Raju, the senior brother at the Brahma Kumaris, all of them have offered floral tributes, and as they circumambulate the memorial of Dadi, they remember her teachings, her life, and offer tributes and gratitude to Dadi. Each of the images on the Shakti Stambh, and from here we will take you to the residence of Dadi, the Shakti Bhavan, which is right opposite to the Shakti Stambh, where the brothers and sisters are eagerly waiting to be in Dadi's room, in the meeting room of Dadi, where Dadi would meet each one of us personally. In a short while from now, we'll bring glimpses from Dadi's room as well. we see at Shakti Stambh is Nalini Didi, Sister Nalini, who has had the fortune of being nurtured by the founding father, Brahma Baba of Jagdamba Saraswati, and with the Dadi. Didi lives in Bombay and has travelled specifically for Dadi's memorial service. We bring you glimpses of the Dadi's room, and as you see at the Shakti Stambh, there are the senior sisters of the Brahma Kumaris who have travelled from different corners of the country and abroad, all offering their tributes. At the Shakti Stambh are inscribed the 3 words that Dadi, during her last year of service, echoed through her words and her life, which became a message for all those who come after. The words of Sachai, Safai and Sadgi. These words in Hindi all start with the same alphabet. Sachai translated as truth or honesty. Safai as cleanliness, and Sadgi as simplicity. Now you see the glimpses of Dadi Ratan Mohini, Sister Jayanti, Sister Mohini, Sister Muni, Sister Hansa, and others who have gathered in the meeting room of Dadi. In the background you see the image of the founding father, Brahma Baba, who became an instrument of the divine and being the head of the family of the Brahma Kumaris and becoming the founding father created a family of leaders who brought spirituality to the lives of millions and millions. We see the image of Dadi Janki in her room, specifically in her meeting room, where all the senior brothers and sisters of the Brahma Kumaris have assembled. Again, few images from the Shakti Stambh. Dadi Ratan Mohini ji, a few words from Dadi. In a few moments from now, we would like to hear from Dadi Ratan Mohini ji, who is in the meeting room of Dadi in the Shakti Bhavan, Sister Moira from Argentina, Sister Mira from Malaysia, and as we see these images There are so many who have come today who offer the tributes. Sister Jyoti from the UAE, Dubai, the head of the Brahma Kumaris services in the UAE and in the Oman, and several other Gulf nations. Brother Basuvraj, the director of the Brahma Kumaris in Hubli, the Karnataka zone, and few of the other sisters from Karnataka, where today more than 20,000 brothers and sisters of the Brahma Kumaris family have assembled, and majority of them coming from Karnataka. As it is their turn to offer seva or services in Madhuban, they've assembled here, and several other sisters and brothers who would offer floral tributes. We have Sister Lakshmi, the director of Brahma Kumaris centers in Mysore, Karnataka, one of the senior sisters of the Brahma Kumaris. Raj Didi, the head of the Brahma Kumaris centers in Nepal. As she salutes, she remembers with fondness the times that she has had with Dadi. Those loving memories today resonate in millions of hearts. As much as we would like to all be here at the Shakti Stambh today, we understand that there is a limitation of time and space, of distance. But we should all remember that the moment we remember someone with love, it is at that moment as though we are present. We have reached where we have to, for our vibrations, for the feelings of our heart have reached. Sister Gautami from Nigeria, we a short while ago we have Sister Nirmala, the senior sister and the zone in charge for Hubli zone and Karnataka. We also had Sister Hemlata, the director of Brahma Kumaris centers in the Caribbean. After 2 years, we have had this opportunity to offer a befitting homage to the Dadi Janki at her memorial. As we all understand, due to the situations of the pandemic that the world faced in the last 2 years, many of us were not able to travel. And today, with those restrictions being lifted, thousands and thousands have gathered. And as we look around in the Shantivan campus, we see that it is full to the brim. Everywhere we see people. Souls who have assembled today from different corners of the world, all remembering Dadi. Remembering her teachings, remembering their personal encounters, their meetings which have been magical and miraculous for many. Sister Rani, the head of the Brahma Kumaris in the state of Bihar, in the northern part of India, a senior Raja Yoga teacher. As the floral tributes pour in, we know that these flowers represent the fragrance, the color, the variety of virtues, of powers, of attainments that people have had with Dadi. Simple teachings that Dadi gave have become beacons of light for each of their personal journeys, navigating through the ups and downs, in the ocean of this world, dealing with relationships, with difficult times and challenges, and equally celebrating the moments of life. And today, as we remember Dadi, we celebrate her life, a life that was lived to its full capacity. A life that was complete, a life of service to the mankind, to the entire humanity.
याद रखेंगे हम तेरे दिव्य कहानी, दादी जी याद रखेंगे हम तेरे दिव्य कहानी। मुरलीधर और मुरली के तुम थे खूब दीवाने, मुरलीधर और मुरली के तुम थे खूब दीवाने। याद रखेंगे हम तेरी दिव्य कहानी, दादी जी याद रखेंगे हम तेरी दिव्य कहानी। जनक विदेही कहकर जब बाबा ने तुम्हें पुकारा, पल भर में तुमने वैसा ही अपना स्वरूप धारा। पालन करती रही सदा तुम बाबा की समझानी, दादी जी हम याद रखेंगे तेरी दिव्य कहानी। याद रखेंगे हम तेरी दिव्य कहानी, दादी जी याद रखेंगे हम तेरी दिव्य कहानी। ओम शांति का मंत्र आपने अर्थ सहित उच्चारा, स्वयं प्रभु और घर की याद का देती रही इशारा। बांटे तुमने वरदान सभी को बन कर के वरदानी, दादी जी हम याद रखेंगे तेरी दिव्य कहानी, याद रखेंगे हम तेरी दिव्य कहानी। दादी जी याद रखेंगे हम तेरी दिव्य कहानी।
These are the images of the Shakti stamp, where brothers and sisters are paying floral tributes and homage to Dadi Janki. This was a special broadcast on the Smriti Divas of Dadi Janki, the Memorial Day of Dadi Janki, our second anniversary of Ascension, a life of service, of dedication, of excellence, and of completion. Today and for the days to come, Dadi, we will remember you, and we will walk the path that you have lit us up for to be a guide, for to be the lights of the world, and to remind all those who come that they are also the eternal shining lights of the world. This memorial today represents all that you have taught us, for there is so much more that we have as a memorial in our hearts that is etched forever in our memory. That is all for today. As we close this live stream from the memorial of Dadi Janki at the international headquarters of Brahma Kumaris in Shantivan. Thank you very much, and Om Shanti.